RegenPGC stands for Regenerating America's Working Landscapes through Perennial Ground Cover. Perennial ground cover is a cropping system that uses a perennial ground cover that's planted once and persists for several years alongside a row crop such as corn or soybeans. Having a perennial ground cover provides many ecosystem services such as reducing soil erosion, reducing nutrient loss, increasing carbon sequestration, and suppressing weeds. RegenPGC aims to improve perennial ground cover cropping systems through research and also promote their use through education and outreach. The RegenPGC project includes youth outreach and education. So why work with youth? Youth are the future workforce and decision makers, and we know that 4-H youth have a history as early adopters of new agricultural technologies. Reaching youth now with new ideas and exciting technologies lays the foundation for future innovation. Experiences youth have now can influence their decisions and may influence their career path. Well-crafted educational experiences for youth have the potential to spark, renew, or continue interest. RegenPGC reaches youth in grades 4 through 12 with hands-on lessons and activities about the environmental benefits of perennial ground cover. Lessons developed for the Ag Education classroom engage youth in the science of perennial ground cover. Through the RegenPGC project, we have reached over 1,000 youth in classrooms and informal settings by working with FFA, 4-H, community colleges, and the Department of Natural Resources. This project has provided support for youth to participate in activities such as collecting and identifying insects, observing soil microbes, touring research farms and seeing different cropping systems, playing games to learn about plant competition, analyzing research data, and comparing different types of tillage. When youth have these types of hands-on, authentic learning experiences, it sparks interest and improves understanding.
As a 4-H youth program specialist, we firmly believe in experiential learning and hands-on learning. We get into helping kids learn with different learning styles, multisensory. So also it gets them practice getting into whatever their topic is that they're learning about. For example, here getting out into the fields and learning the sweeping helps them get engaged in that content. And multisensory is just a natural way of getting more learning versus a lecture style, for example, with sit and get type learning. So
I really like the lessons and activities that Maya did when she was here because they're so hands-on. We had our day camp called Water Connects Us All, and she had microscopes so that we could look at insects, we could look at soil microbes, like a chia pet, but it was with ground cover, perennial grasses, and they're just all hands-on. She did a little model, showed maps, all types of things that are hands-on. And what kid doesn't like to get their hands dirty and get right in there in the education and learning? And so that's what I really liked about Maya's experiences and her programming is it's just all very hands-on and lots of variety of topics for kids to learn about. And I think the youth really enjoyed that too. It's a difference from what they're typically seeing in their classroom. They weren't sitting there working on worksheets. They weren't, reading out of textbooks. They are hands-on, seeing real-world application, and that's what kids want. They want to know the why. Why am I ever going to use this again? Why do I need to know this?
Well, today, our youth, as well as a lot of families, are getting further removed from living on the farm themselves. So it helps having the opportunity to learn about land stewardship, helping understand where our fuel, our food, and our fibers come from. As consumers on this earth, we are also land stewards, and so helping them for future generations understand the importance of caring for the soil through the use of cover crops.
Our conservation day, Maya came and talked about soil erosion and protecting our ground with cover crop. And I love the lab or the experience that she does with looking at the difference between bare ground, conservation till and no-till, and looking at the differences in runoff, water that is absorbed in groundwater. I think it is such a great visual representation of what our earth experiences when we have heavy rains and the importance of having that ground cover to protect our soil. It's so valuable to teach our youth because they're the ones that are going to have this ground they're inheriting this from us.